Om Shanti. In yesterday's Avyakt Murli, while talking with teachers, Baba said, "You are not those who complain, but are complete. You don't have any complaints now, nor will you have any complaints later." Is it like this? Is it not? Always give news of happiness for those who didn't come. Make them into conqueror of Maya. They won't then have to write many letters. Simply, "I am okay." You may write good things, but in short. So, Baba said this thing yesterday. I think whilst talking regarding the conference, not with teachers, regarding the conference, don't write big things, but just write what? Okay. So, we'll discuss something about the way to okay. In Brahmin life, everything remains okay. Everything should remain okay. What one should do for this? What deeper purusharth or effort should be there so that everything stays okay? Baba said, "You are not the one who complained. You are not the one anymore who takes sustenance, but you are the one who gives sustenance. You are no more child, but you are now become matured. So, what is the way to okay? What one should do so that everything becomes okay in life?" When things are not okay, person is in the stage of stress, attention, something pulling the person in two directions. So what one should do to become okay? Make others okay. Start making others okay so that you become okay. Then what else? What else one should do? When things are not working, deep understanding of the situation. When everything is going against your wish and will. When one wants to tread this path of spirituality very accurately, and yet in spite of everything, things are not working out. So what one should do in order to become okay? In the world also people talk of becoming okay and they tell different methods. One of the things which is told time and again is to change the atmosphere, change the place, go out to some different place for some time, so that you get time to contemplate, to think, to reflect, to become okay. They say, let go of the past, don't hold on to the past. They say, don't have that perfectionism attitude, that everything should become perfect. Accept that everybody fails in life. It's not that we will never fail. Accept that sometimes you have to pretend. Accept that sometimes things would be not as per your wish and will. So Acceptance is one of the ways to become okay. Then what else? How to become okay? Easy nature. When you are very tight, it's difficult to go along. So one should have a very easy nature. Then one becomes okay. What else? Satisfied. A sense of satisfaction, acceptance of things makes one okay. What else? How to become okay? Remember O and remember K. That is the best method to become okay. O is 0, point of light, and K is kingdom. So remember God and remember the kingdom which is about to come. This is the best method to become okay. What else? How to become okay? What is the way to okay? Knowledge. Then remain always happy, but how? That is what we are discussing. Forgive yourself. So we'll discuss about 10 things about how to become okay in life. The first thing is self-compassion. Self-compassion. We have always been taught to be compassionate towards others. We have always been taught to have mercy on others, to be merciful, to be compassionate, to be sympathetic towards others. But before we show compassion for others, the best thing is to have compassion for oneself. Why I am going down like this? What is the cause of my downfall? What can I do so that I can rise again? Have compassion on your own self, on your own stage of the mind, on your own quality of thoughts, on your own downfall, on your own breach of Srimad. So, self-mercy, self-compassion. Why Purusharth or effort is not becoming intense? Why I am still holding on the past? What I can do so that I can go ahead? The effect of past is still on me. What I should do to get rid of everything that has gone? Let bygones be bygones. What I can do for this? So the first thing is self-compassion. Next thing is self-observation. Observe oneself. We have observed others a lot. Now it's a time to observe oneself, to see oneself, Swa-darshan, rather than allowing ourselves to analyze others, what they are doing is right or wrong. Observe oneself. Yesterday's Avyakta Murli Baba said, you have come to Madhuban to get refreshed. Refresh means to be powerful. Refresh means to be lighthouse. Refresh means to be might house. Refresh means to be knowledgeful. Refresh means to be successful. Successful in conquering some sanskar. That is what is spiritual refreshment. So when you have come to Madhuban, all focus should be on oneself. All focus should be on refreshing oneself. All focus should be on this expansion that has occurred. To stop that, all focus should be on focusing on oneself. Because a great work needs to be done, which is within us. And we have not been able to do that work for quite long time because of the preoccupancy of the mind by worldly things. So, the first thing he said was self-compassion, self-observation, then self-discipline. Self-discipline. Who is going to teach us discipline? Baba has taught us many things, but we need to apply them. Yes, as Baba said about medals yesterday. You have got many medals, but now it is up to you how much you imbibe them. How much you inculcate those medals, those titles, those specialities. 3 words Baba used. Titles, medals, specialities. So, self-discipline. Because life has become undisciplined, unbridled, uncontrolled, and that is the reason that nothing is okay in life. So if one wants to become okay, the best thing is form certain rules and regulations. This is what is my Amrit Vela. After Amrit Vela, I have to do Murli churning. I have to go for a walk. I have to do exercise. All these things. These would be the rules of life. Because without rules and regulations, everything is running here and there, helter-kelter. So one should be disciplined. So self-discipline is one of the way to become okay. Then self-esteem. Self-esteem is self-respect, self-soman, what we call. To get stabilized in new somans every day. Yesterday's Murli Baba said, at least have how many self-titles or medals? 108. Even one is enough for keeping the stage high. Just as Baba said, we are those lamps which are always lit, always ignited. They never get extinguished. They are immovable. They are unobstructed. They spread their light across the world and they make other souls get connected to Baba. So we are such ignited lamps. Self-esteem. So take up one point of self-esteem from every Murli and then go in silence. Bring that point again and again and try to know or experience how does it feel. When Baba said you are that, feel that. So that is the way to become okay. Self-esteem. Then self-checking. Self-checking. We check ourselves. How I was yesterday, whole day. Any disturbance, any trigger of previous sanskar, any emergence of previous sanskar, any breach of Srimad, any disturbance that came suddenly, any conflict, any vice or its subtle form that emerged. So self-checking is must to remain okay. Without checking, one cannot remain okay. And for this, one needs time. One needs to retire and go in silence for some time to have this self-checking. Self-checking cannot be done in the din and clamor of the world. You have to go out, go away from this world of noise, from this world of commotion, to the world of solitude, and there sitting all alone, in the vicinity of nature, in the proximity of nature, enjoying the beauty of nature, one should do self-checking. So, then next is self-training. start training yourself. A new lesson of self-training. Learn new skills, bring creativity, newer dimensions of life, learning new things. One of the things is writing, doing something, some work which is you have not done before. In yesterday's Murli Baba said again and again, bring new medals, do some new service which is in fact was hidden till now, but yet it is in drama. It is recorded in drama, but it is hidden. It is recorded in drama, but it is hidden. So, what is that hidden service which I have not done and I should do? A special service. I am going out to do some special service. So whenever one goes out, that thought should remain that I have to do something very special. Till now, I have not done it. Some special mission of my life is yet unfulfilled to go on that special errand. So, self-training. Train oneself. Training oneself. This is our responsibility to do for self-training. Then self-listening. Self-listening. We have heard others a lot. We have heard many classes and we have heard many Murlis. But there is a subtle voice of conscience which is yet unheard. A touch which we have yet not touched. So, self-listening. Listening the voice of conscience. The conscience is saying something else. But to listen that voice, one has to sit down, get concentrated, and then be all ears to that voice. So, self-listening. And then self-talking. Talking with oneself. Talking with one's own self. Talking with one's own mind. What do you want? Where are you going? What do you want? What are your desires? What are your ambitions? Which way you are treading? And which way you should go? Is everything all right with you? Are you okay? So talking with one's own mind, one's own self. Rather than spending time in conversing about our problems with others, is it not the best thing to go introvert and talk with oneself and to discuss things with one's own mind? So, self-talking. And then scribing. Scribe means write. Ninth is scribing. To scribe things. Whatever that comes in mind, jot it down and then read later on. So one of the best thing is writing. At the end of the day, start writing things. Whatever that happened throughout the day. I'm not talking about chart writing, that is another thing. I'm talking just about writing. Those writing could be a blog, those writing could be an article, that writing could be a daily diary. Any writing unloads the mind, unburdens the intellect. Otherwise the burden, that heaviness goes on and on and on and on. Writing a letter to Baba. Writing some swaman, writing some self-respect, anything that could be, or describing some event, describing some beautiful event that happened in life. This writing itself will make the mind light. And the last, 10th, stress management. We'll come to this. First, revise. So what are the ways to become okay? First is have self-compassion. We have been taught to be compassionate towards others. Let us be compassionate towards oneself. Why I am not rising up? Why I am falling again and again? Why such force of vices? Why such force of sanskars? Why things are not going well with me? What I need to do? Where I need to stop? Am I running too much? Self-observing. I am seeing others a lot. Let me see myself now. Close these eyes and let them go within. Self-observing. Self-disciplining. How long I am going to live this undisciplined life where there is no routine. Any thought is arising in the mind and anywhere one is going. Suddenly one feels like to watch something and opens and starts watching. Suddenly one feels like to eat something and suddenly one goes and starts eating. One feels like to do something and suddenly start doing, and a lot of time is wasted in that. So there has to be certain routine, there has to be certain fixed discipline, certain rules and regulations for oneself. And who will impose them? We have to impose those rules on ourselves. So self-discipline, then self-esteem. From every day's Murli, take out some point of self-respect. Every day's Murli, take out points of self-respect. Just taking out points of self-respect is not enough. But one should reflect on them deeply. For example, I am an ancestor soul. I am a great soul. This alone is not enough. Or to have the parrot-like repetition is not enough. To keep on repeating, I am great soul, I am great soul, I am great soul, I am great soul. This is not going to help. But when I say that I am great soul, why I am great soul? Who said that I am great soul? If I am a great soul, what are my greatness? How I can achieve that greatness? What are the lacunae? What are the bottlenecks? What are the shortcomings? What are the imperfections? What are the defects? What are the flaws which are within me, which are not going in spite of doing everything? So, self-esteem. Then self-checking. Checking oneself. Rather than judging others, judge our own mistakes, ourselves. So self-checking. Then self-training. Train oneself. Have self-training course. Just as they have courses, 7-day training course, crash courses, 1 month training course. So we can give our own mind some training course. Maybe training, getting training in anything. Becoming perfect in mastering Swaman or anything for that matter. So self-training. Then self-listening. Listen to one's own conscience, one's own antakaran. Then self-talking. Talking with oneself. This is the best thing. All this 10S, they are regarding ourselves. They have nothing to do with others. Because the first work has to be done at this level. Because whatever there is in the awareness, the same will spread. If I am peaceful, then only the world will become peaceful. I cannot hope of bringing peace in the world when I myself being so peaceless. So self-talking. Then scribing means start writing. Writing article, writing blog, writing experience, writing something, writing routine, daily routine, writing some event. That is a joy. Writing is a joy. Writing poetries. Which poetries? Poetry method. Poetry method we have in Murli churning. Take any, for example, any blessing. Today's blessing. Take the blessing and think, can this blessing be converted into a poetry? You have to connect rhymes in poetries. But then your mind becomes focused. Your mind becomes light. So writing poetry composing poetries, composing dramas, plays. These are some of the important things. So, the 9th is scribing. And the last, 10th. What is the 10th? Stress management. How to do that? We are those who teach others how to manage stress. But are we free from stress? We teach others. We teach our classes, in our courses, stress management. So what are the principles of stress management? And there was one person, and he used to feel a lot of stress, and he took many medications, but it didn't work. So he devised a new plan. He used to go to the temple. He said, I go to the temple and I see all the footwear which are outside. So what I would do, I would make them here and there. So once the people return from the temple, they would have difficulty in finding, they would find one chappal and the other is missing. So they would be in the state of uproar. So seeing them in stress, I used to feel de-stressed. So this was one of the methods he devised to get de-stressed. So how do you do stress management? What are the principles? How do we teach others what to do? Find out the causes of stress. Find out the triggers for stress. Go to enjoy music, enjoy walking, and what else? Plays, and what? Teach others. Singing, dancing, going for vacation, going for outing, going for picnic, excursion. What else? How others are managing. Learn from them. Even others are so much stressful. Others are having difficult situations in life, but yet they manage their stress so well. And what else? Yeah, avoid multitasking. Avoid multitasking. This multitasking sometimes induces stress. And not having perfectionist attitude, that everything should become perfect. And accept failures. Everybody fails at times. It is not that I should never fail. Accept. If you fail, accept it. And learn from it and go ahead. Some mistakes will happen. Though I am not promoting committing mistakes. But if one wants to remain stress-free, one will have to accept many things in life. Without accepting, otherwise that rigid attitude will not work. One has to be resilient in life in order to be stress-free. What else? Learn to say when you... There's a book in English. Don't say yes when you want to say no. So sometimes you are offered some service and you have no time, and yet you say because of the obligations or because of the highly celebrated Shrimat of Haji in this yajna. You are forced to say yes. You say yes and then you suffer because you can't do this. And there is a increased trust because of this Haji. Haji is a very good word, but you should also learn to say Naji. Because then Haji sometimes will trap you. Because you have no time and you have said Haji to everyone, and then they keep on ringing you and saying you, have you finished this, have you done that, and you have no answer and you said, yeah, I haven't done it because I couldn't get time. So stress management. Don't say yes when you want to say no. Stress management, go for playing, go for some games, some distraction. Hear some motivational classes, hear some motivational speeches, read something very creative, read poetries, read prose, read yajna literature, read all the good things. So reading makes you stress-free. Anything else? Dancing, singing. So Baba said to double foreigners once, go and start dancing in bathroom. Have you seen that video? It's a video which is there, 3 minutes, 4 minutes video. Baba is sitting in the Om Shanti Bhavan and telling double foreigners, go and start dancing. So, dancing. So these are some of the ways which Baba said to yesterday regarding the for the conference. One conference was in 83, where Dr. Robert Muller had come, and then there was another conference in 84. That was the second conference, World Conference, which happened here. There also one General Secretary of UN had come, Assistant General Secretary. So, what Baba said, I'll repeat and I'll finish then. You are not those who complain, but are complete. You don't have any complaints now, nor you will have any complaints later. It is like this. Is it like this? Is it? Always give news of happiness. Always gives news of happiness. For those who didn't come, make them into conqueror of Maya. They won't have to write many letters. Simply, I am okay. You may write many good things, but in short, don't write too much, because I don't have time to read. Write in short, I am okay. So O means 0, Shiva Baba, and K means kingdom. So when you remember Father and the inheritance, automatically things become okay in life. Om Shanti.